Hey everybody, Paul Cradle here. I couldn't get in touch with Miles Gray, so I'm just going to go ahead and record this episode of Pandoratum. Guys, the UFO disclosure is out, and let me tell you, it is not surprising to anybody who knows what's up in the world today. I mean, look, unless you are just really concerned about what other people think and you're really worried about sounding far out and weird and don't want to believe too much, you should already know that what's in these UFO disclosure files. It's already out there. Is this any big surprise? I don't blame the people who say that this is a big nothing burger, but then on the other hand, because it's things that you should already know. But to those people who say it's a big nothing burger, the government should have released this already. Of course it's a big nothing burger. It's nothing that we don't know already. But why didn't the government just say so already? If you can read between the lines, if you know what's up, if you know how to read people, if you scour the internet and YouTube for what people are saying, you know that something like the government has this. You should know the government has this. This is not a big deal. So what I think is happening right now is that they released day one, okay, intentionally only showing you things that you should know already. Even the never before seen footage, I haven't seen it. I haven't checked. I've just checked other people's reaction because the only thing that matters to me, right? Look, I know. Okay, I know. Look, so the only thing that matters to me is is how other people are reacting. And from what I can tell from YouTube, I waited for a day or so to see how other people are reacting. And from what I can see, they're taking it well. But they should know this already. That's why people are calling it a big nothing burger. So it's nothing people shouldn't know. But what's coming out later is things that even, I don't mean to brag, but myself, even I wouldn't have known. Well, actually, okay, there will be things that might surprise me that are coming out later, but not really. It's just things I didn't know specifically, but it's nothing that's going to surprise me. I know that they've been visiting us. They don't really have to travel millions or thousands of light years through interstellar or intergalactic space. They don't have to in the way that we think they would have to accelerate that way. They don't have to. It's not like even if we found a way to continuously push a spacecraft without a propellant, we could get to other stars, but they don't even do it that way. They go through interdimensional space or something. There are things we don't understand, but I understand that that's what they're doing. Kind of a metacognition here. I don't understand it, but I don't understand so many of the things that are used in modern technology, but I use them anyway, and I say I understand how it works. I mean, I understand how computers work, in theory. Can I make one? I don't think so. I don't know. I mean, an airplane, do I know how an airplane works? Yeah. Can I make one? Can I be an aerospace mechanic? I mean, I could if I studied it, but I mean, I don't know. There are so many things that we just say we don't know. Like even the electricity that comes into your house. Do you really? Yes, I understand electricity up to a whatever grade level or even a college level, but I don't. know what that is. I mean, I know that the electrons move slow, so all that probably to like a Veritasium YouTube channel level. I understand electricity. There are fields. There's what do you call it? The Poynting vector is probably the most intriguing thing. Really weird, but I love it. But there are so many things that we just don't know that we accept in everyday life just because everybody else accepts them and says they understand them, and we accept that we have experts who say that they understand them much better than we do. And so it's not too hard. It's not that big of a step to believe that yes, we actually have UFOs ourselves too. Most of the sightings are man-made sightings. They're man-made crap, like Stephen Greer says. That's why they've offed so many of these Huntsville, Alabama scientists, on these anti-gravity researchers, because they have inconvenient truths that they know, right? So the ones who want to control the narrative, okay, don't want you. They don't want these people who know too many inconvenient truths about what we have to be talking. They didn't want David Wilcock to be talking. They didn't want that Amy Eskridge to be talking. Li Ning, these others, so many who have been offed or driven to deletion by the self. But just because they knew things that would be inconvenient to the way they want to be able to roll out these technologies in a way that benefits the shareholders of the corporations, or just the control structure. They just want control of the narrative, and they do not want to be disempowered too quickly or ever, actually. What they're hoping for is that this will indefinitely put off, well, the inevitable. They're trying to put off the inevitable. The inevitable is that we will join the intergalactic family, and we will have control. What, baby?
Am I American or Filipino?
You're a Filipino American. There you go. Say hi, everybody.
Hi.
Say, I believe UFOs are real.
I believe UFOs are real.
Okay, there's my daughter. So anyway, people, UFOs are real, and they're just trying to control the narrative. That's why they had so many people offed, because we have anti-gravity. Gravity, what we call gravity, is a sum of forces that can be separated and dissected with our. We can manipulate the constituent of the composite. Gravity is a composite force, and we can manipulate the constituent forces in isolation in order to create what we call anti-gravity. So this is May 9th, 2026 Filipino time. This is just for the record to tell you guys, look, I know. Look, anybody who has an internet connection, who can read between the lines, who has let's say an above average IQ, is probably required. I hate to say it, but yeah, probably. But you can get it. I mean, you can maybe it doesn't even take an above average IQ. But if you do have an above average IQ and look, I'm not even a physicist, but if you understand basics, like really understand basics pretty well, then you get it that this isn't sci-fi. Look, most of the time people aren't even aware that what we call gravity is really effective gravity, which includes the rotation of the Earth, that they never teach you in school when they're talking about gravity. They always say it's a... Look, I don't want to do a Mr. Wizard episode here, but look, yeah, our physics is full of things that we can pick apart if we want, that we don't often pick apart. Look, because it's not because we haven't encountered a problem that requires that. It's just a phenomenon that is discovered somehow. And until we have a reason to discover that, we're just going to think that gravity is one force. Or what we call gravity is actually a sum of different forces that we can manipulate in isolation, is what I'm saying. And that's why they had these people off, because they don't want you knowing how this really works. So they're easing you in. Look, this disclosure day one, they're just getting you used to the idea that there are disclosures. Okay? There will be more disclosures that are carefully planned in a way that serves them to their advantage. And they didn't want David Wilcock out here or Amy Eskridge telling you inconvenient truths about the way they want it to come out. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Cheers.